Math is a wonderful thing. Math is a really cool thing. So get off your act, let's do some math. Math, 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 math.
Okay, in this video, we've got this word problem, and we're going to have to figure it out. Okay, so an object is launched from a platform. Its height in meters, x seconds after the launch, is modeled by the function h of x is equal to -5 times the quantity x minus 4 squared plus 180. So we need to figure out, I've got 3 questions for us. 1, 2, 3. Okay. First question, how high is the platform? All right, well, if you think about it, how high is it's where it starts. Since it says it's being launched from a platform, it's not being launched from the ground. Okay, so that means it's like we took a stopwatch, right? This, if I was going to graph it, this would be time, right? And this would be the height. Okay, so this is where time is 0. Okay, and we're increasing over time. All right, so I want to figure out where is it starting from. Okay, I'm just going to say right here because we know it's not starting from the ground because it says it's being shot off from a platform. And we know it's going to look something like this. Sure, I don't know what it's going to look like. Okay, right, because when you shoot something off over time, it goes up, then it has to come back down. All right, so I need to know how high is the platform, so I want to know what is the height when x is 0. So I want to figure out, well, what is h of 0? So that means everywhere I see x, I'm going to put 0 and solve. Okay. And then we just simplify. All right, so we've got -5 times -4 squared plus 180. Do not forget your order of operations. That I have to do the exponents before I multiply. So I had to do -4 squared. -4 squared is 16. -5 times 16 plus 180. Okay, well, let me get on my calculator because I don't know what 5 times 16 is. You should get a -80 here plus 180. Well, the height is going to be our final answer of 100 meters. All right, next question. How long after launch is the object at its max height? So let's go back to our sketch of our graph over here. So my answer here is going to be time because it says how long, right? So time is what I'm looking for, not times. All right, and the maximum height is going to be where the vertex is. Let's just say it's right here. Okay, so I'm looking for the value of this point here. All right, so in order to do that, I need to figure out the vertex. So in order to do that, I need to figure out the axis of symmetry. All right, so the axis of symmetry, right, is in between the 2 zeros, and if I kept this graph going, right, it would look like this if we just kept going. So it would cross like right here, and this should be the middle. Okay, so I need to find what these 2 points are. All right, and then I can find the average of those 2, and that will be my axis of symmetry. So let's go back here. Right. Let's do this one in blue. How long? Okay, so I need to find the two zeros, right? Let's look at this. I need to find this 0 and this 0. Remember, the zeros are not, that's when y is equal to 0, not x. So that means h of x is going to be equal to 0. So 0 is equal to -5 times x minus 4 squared plus 180, and I'm going to solve for x. So I'm going to subtract 180 from both sides, and I'll have -180 is equal to -5 times x minus 4 squared. 180 divided by, -180 divided by -5 is +36. All right, now we have to take the square root of both sides. I'm trying to solve for x here. So I get x minus 4 is equal to 6, or x minus 4 is equal to -6. Remember, two answers. And for both of these, we're adding 4. So x is 10, and, or I guess, x is -2. Okay, so this is -2 right here, and this is 10. I just need to find the average between those 2 points. So I would do -2 plus 10 divided by 2. Well, -2 plus 10, that's 10 minus 2, that's 8. 8 over 2, 4. So 4 seconds. After launch, do we get to our max height? After 4 seconds, it's starting to come back down. So if I go back to my graph, this should be, I didn't draw this to scale, right? But according to our math, this is 4 seconds right here. All right. Very last question. How long after launch is the object's height 0? So I want to know what is x when h is 0? Well, I already did that in this second problem. I got 2 answers. I got x is 10 and x is -2. They're both seconds. But let's think about this. If I'm getting launched from a platform, well, at all, can I even have negative seconds? No, there's only one option because it's not being hit from the ground, right? If it was being shot from the ground, I would have 2 answers, 0 and 10 in this case, but since it is not, that is the only time where where h is equal to 0 that even makes sense. A couple of your other questions on the exercise are going to be slightly different from this one, and they won't even have, a lot of them are just one question, okay? But you need to figure out what they're asking. It's either going to be asking what the maximum something is, okay? So if you need to sketch a graph so you can see what you're looking at, then do so, all right? Or it might be asking like, how long, if it's talking about time, okay, that's the x-axis. Either how high or how much is going to be the y-axis.